Hello, hello, hello. Hi, good evening. This is Miss Donna coming live to you from Wilmington, Delaware. And I thought I'd talk about some serious subject matters, okay? Now, this pretty much is talking about control, manipulation, stress, depression. We're talking about when you can be in a relationship or you grow up your whole life and you find yourself being controlled, which sometimes you don't have any choices when you grow up living with your parents and you're made to uh, be something that you don't want to be. If everybody was a doctor, then you're expected to follow in their footsteps. Okay. And sometimes you get in relationships and a person wants you to watch whatever they watch or to fix only what they like to eat, or you're only allowed to go certain places with permission. You got to watch what you wear, and you just seems like you don't have your own mind. And see, when that becomes your whole life and your opinion doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Or say you want to watch something entirely different and they don't approve of that because it's not what they're interested in, then you find yourself having to go along with it to please that person or to please your family. And if you do it year in and year out and year in and year out, it tends to turn into depression, stress, anxiety, a form of bondage. When you become hostage in your mind, hostage in your mind is a form of bondage. You are a slave to those that are around you, that are in your inner circle, that want you to only do what they say. And some people, because of cultural circumstances, are trained to marry who was arranged for you to marry, or your custom is to just please your spouse, or to listen to those that your family seem to think that has your best interest at heart. So your thinking means nothing. If you just say, well, I want to go to Burlington Coat Factory, for instance, they're like, no, we already had plans for you to go to Walmart. And you like, well, it was something that Burlington Coat Factory had wanted. And they're like, no, we already planned for you to go to Walmart. Well, you don't, when you don't have a say with your life, even down to your job, your family or your spouse or peers can try to dictate where you should work, where you should go to school, where you should live. And every time you try to talk and say something other than what they want from you, that is bondage, slavery. And mentally, you're almost nothing because your mind means nothing because you're not allowed to speak up for your rights. You're not allowed, a lot of customs, you're not even allowed to go anywhere. unless someone is with you. You're not allowed. It's forbidden. You may have to cook, clean, run the bathtub water, perform sexually, and do all kinds of things because that's what's required of you. Even if you don't feel well, you're still expected to perform. It doesn't matter how you feel, it's about what's asked of you. And so I know personally, I grew up as a child having to do what I was told. Of course, we all are. You grow up and you're in an environment where your parents tell you do as I say or else. And you are supposed to listen to them. But I'm talking about when it's negative things thrown at you, constant negativity. You're expected to do things that you know is not even right. It's not in your control, and you know it's wrong, but you're expected to do it anyway because you were told. And then you find yourself getting in relationships, and people see that spirit seems to follow you. And then you find yourself getting in a relationship where somebody's still controlling you. They still telling you what to do. And if you don't do what they say, it can turn into um, abuse. And you're called names. A bee, a hoe, you're nobody. You're not going to amount to nothing unless you do as I say. And see, when you grow up with that mentality that your words mean nothing, you're really bound. Living in a state of depression, oppression. And a person like that, you kind of want to run away. You want to run away from life itself. You want to flee that relationship. You want to flee your family. You want to move to a whole other state or a country or whatever because you just want to be free. To be yourself, free to think how you want to think, free to be you, to live your truth. So I say that it's a hard situation. But me personally, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time because you end up becoming a people pleaser your whole entire life. You are a people pleaser. What you say or think matters not. And people will cut you off. You talk and they cut you off because they don't want to hear what you're saying. All they want you to do is what they said. And it's control. Control. And God wants us to break free of control. We are supposed to have choices in life, not be controlled and forced into things and forced into situations that we don't want to do. So, this video is for those that are going through that and you're at a certain age where you can get free. You need to speak up and get free. Because if not, you're going to constantly be bound. And God says in His Word, be ye not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. And God will make a way for escape from you, for you. You have to pray. You really do have to pray. But if you sincere and wanting to change, God can change your whole situation around. Because it's sad to live your whole life bound, depressed, in a relationship and you know you ain't happy. You're just being controlled. Even down to the sex is forced. It's not even what you want, or they're not respecting your body and how you feel. It's just You feel like you're just going through the motions. There's no love behind it. It's just bodily exercise. They're not even telling you they love you and they care for you. It's just, you're just a piece of flesh. You're just a slab of bacon. And there's many people that live like that. And there's some of them are in relationships because they feel like something's better than nothing. Somebody's better than nobody. But you don't have to stay in that. Because what it does, your whole life, you have low self-esteem. Your self-worth is next to nothing. You live your entire life trying to please people. And you forgot who you are. You don't even have an identity. You don't even know who you are. Because you became so trained to do what everybody wanted you to do that you forgot about you. Or you really didn't matter. So it's time to break free. It's time to speak up and speak out. It's time to go to someone if you must, to confide in. But it's time to be free. Why stay bound when you can be free? Bondage is just same as slavery. Bondage is the same as slavery. When you have no control whatsoever of your thoughts, you can't even watch what you want to watch on television. You can't eat what you even want to eat. People are controlling where you work, what time you get up, what time you go to bed. And here you are grown now, but you're still bound because you were trained as a child to please everybody. And in the end, you're not happy. You're a slave to your past. And then every relationship you get in is the same. A slave to pleasing people, but yet on the inside you're miserable. Some people are married to the enemy, like sleeping with the enemy. You're married to somebody that you don't even want to be with. And you tolerate the mess they dictate to you. You do not want to be in that relationship. They don't value your opinion. They want you to measure up to what they say. If they want that, you only can wear what they tell you to wear. You only can be a size that they want you to be. Your hair has to be the way they want it. If they don't want you to wear no makeup, you better not put none on. If you're in church, you're expected to look that part. And I'm sorry, but that's control. If you can't in your lifetime have no say to where you go or what you do or what you eat, that's control. That's bondage. That leads to severe depression, oppression, anxiety attacks, nervous breakdowns. And it reminds me of Helen Keller. You know, back in the day with Helen Keller, that ended up having like hundreds of personalities and, inside. And they suppress things and they know how to go into their mind and suppress it. And then they become these different people and, different personalities because they try to be certain people at certain times, because of fear. And so they become that child when certain things are said to you, become like a child. And you'll resort back to those different personalities because you're so used to suppressing your real feelings. You can't be yourself. So you become multiple people, like a multiple personalities. And it becomes a disorder. You've been doing it for so long that you're trained to become multiple people. And it's a form of schizophrenia. And some people say they have ADD, attention deficit disorder. But a lot of it just stems from suppressing your feelings, being depressed, being bound, where you may have been raped, unwanted sex, unwanted advances, and you're living your life under somebody else's will for your life, but it's not even your will. It's not even what you want. You're in a career that somebody chose for you, and you're not even fulfilled, and you're not happy, and you're not even satisfied. You may be with somebody that everybody approved of them, but it wasn't what you wanted. So you know what it is? You end up living a lie. Living a lie. And it's time to break free. It's time to live your authentic life. It's time to rise out of the ashes and shine. Live. Do what you always wanted to do. Be free. If you gotta walk alone, if you gotta let the relationships go, if you have to walk away from family, whatever you gotta do to be free, be free. Because God didn't put you on this earth to be controlled like that. You don't have to be a slave. You can make your own choices, your own decisions. That's right. It's sad because a lot of people are living like that, bound. And so if you're not careful, you'll turn to drugs because you can't cope. You'll turn to sex, become sexual promiscuous because you don't know how to cope. You become addicted to things. Pornography, food, anything to help suppress your feelings because you know you're not living your truth. So it's time to break free. Break free. Live. Laugh and love. If you can't laugh, and if you can't really love, and if you really can't be your authentic true self, you're living beneath your privileges. Your life is not genuine. You're here on earth, but you're not happy. You can't teach others how to be their real self because you're not real. You're not your real self. You don't matter. You're living for everyone but yourself. And so God wants you to be free. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to live? What type of job do you want? What do you really want to wear? What do you want to watch on TV? Yes. You matter. Your thoughts matter. And sometimes you have to let go of the past and let go of everything to start over again. You can begin again. That's right. Be true to yourself and live. Be determined that this year there's going to be a switch. there's going to be a change. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. And do it. Write it down and work on them one step at a time. And if people don't support you and support your change and believe in you, then you got to let them go. Let them all go. Let them go. Because if they don't care enough about you to care about what you think and what you want to do, then they're not really your friends. They're your enemies. And you got to walk away from people that keep you bound and a slave to your past. A slave to the bottle. A slave to prescription medicine. A slave to alcohol. A slave to food. A slave to whatever it is that keeps you bound in chains. And you have yokes around your neck, but you just want to be free. You don't really want to drink. You don't really want to be promiscuous. You don't really want that lifestyle. But you do it to suppress things because you don't know how to love yourself. You don't know how to be the real you because you were told that you weren't allowed to think. So this message is to help somebody break free. Break free. Break those chains that have been holding you hostage all your life. It's time to break free. Break those chains. And if you want something that's going to really help you through this, I would advise you to read Psalms, the Bible, Psalms 91. And keep reading it, and keep reading it, and keep reading it until it consumes you. Change your thinking to be free from all yokes of bondage. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Yes, you are somebody. You are special. You are beautiful. You are loved. You got to change your whole way of thinking. You got to change everything that people told you, all that negative garbage, lies. To be, you got to let it go. To be who you are. Like a clenched flower. It's time for you to open up, slowly open up, and free yourself and live, shine, laugh, and even love. You're beautiful. Yes, you might wasn't told that, but you're beautiful. You matter. Live, laugh, and love. You deserve it. I love you guys. This is Miss Donna, keeping it real. My mission in this life is to encourage and inspire somebody to break free, to heal, to even forgive. Whatever it causes you to do, whatever you have to do to be free, be free. And a lot of relationships, you gotta let them go. Especially if it's causing you to go down a road that's not even you. It's not even your truth, not even what you want out of life. It's far from what you want, but you in it. You better off by yourself. Walk away. You are more valuable than silver and gold. Know this. This is Miss Donna. I love you very much, but God loves you more. Be blessed. All right? I love you guys. Bye-bye.